Some of us are made to live that premium life. No, not luxury life. I am not made of money. But if you have premium taste and you need a 7-passenger SUV, the Buick Enclave might fit the bill.
Sure, the Acura MDX, Infiniti QX60, and Mazda CX-9 might entice you with their premium delights, but the second-generation Enclave has a distinct aura, defined by soft materials and flowing style. Inside and out, accent lines evoke the organic strokes of a designer's brush.
Note the varying thickness of this chrome trim piece. It's thicker here, like the artist was pressing more firmly and then eased off in this direction. And try to ignore the fact that this bit doesn't quite align.
And as long as I've broken the seal, unleashing my minor annoyances, I like center consoles with 2-tier storage, but in this case, the upper tier is just a removable bin.
You have to set it somewhere if you want to access the lower bin. Isn't this usually attached to the lid or something?
I'll also mention that there's no auto-up window for the driver, and this sunroof cover sounds awfully chintzy. Thankfully, the rear cover is all... Oh, wait. It's the exact same thing. We are on thin ice here. This visor better extend. Okay, we're cool.
Lastly, one of my new pet peeves is when you have to push a button to unlock the car because they didn't put sensors on the inside of the door handle.
And with that, we've achieved peak privilege. It's all downhill from here. Bonk. This is a good moment to crank up the gratitude and focus on the positive. Third row is totally inhabitable with 2 aboard. It might be tight with 3, but hey, what a fantastic opportunity to better know your seatmate. Move the sliding and reclining second row to an intermediate position, and there's ample room for me to sit behind myself twice over.
Hello. 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 Hello.
In all trims, each row includes 2 USB ports and numerous cup holders. We also dig the second row's flat floor, though that flatness would be more beneficial if the Enclave offered a second row bench instead of captain's chairs. Accessing the cargo area is done through a standard height-adjustable power tailgate, a helpful feature if you have a low garage. Generous cargo space behind the third row is supplemented by a deep underfloor hold. Higher trims let you motor down the third row, though the seats can get stuck if the second row is positioned too far back. Elsewhere, there's decent door storage, a deep glove box, and a USB-adjacent phone nook. From a usability perspective, the fonts look a little small on the steering wheel and gauge cluster, but the dash is wonderfully uncluttered, with excellent division between the audio and climate controls, and all essential buttons within easy reach.
Okay, turning off the parking sensors requires a slight stretch, but it is slight.
Car makers sometimes eliminate physical buttons, then hide those functions deep within the infotainment system, but not here. Frequently used functions are conveniently tabbed across the top of the menus. The infotainment interface also offers easy access to standard Apple CarPlay and Android Auto phone connectivity, an optional 360-degree camera system, and a shop function that lets you buy stuff using your car.
I'm not sure how that is easier than reaching for my... Oh, right. Peak privilege.
Adding to the driver's situational awareness is an easy-to-use multi-function gauge cluster that puts supplemental navigation, infotainment, and vehicle information near the driver's view. Speaking of, the Enclave's collision warning system flashes a light on the windshield and vibrates the driver's seat when danger lurks ahead or behind.
Either I've gotten used to these seat vibes or GM has tweaked the intensity. I find it useful now instead of freaky. Less freaky.
Freakiness aside, the Enclave drives and rides in pleasing fashion. Buick's quiet tuning philosophy yields impressively silent results, and at stops, so does the fuel-saving automatic engine start-stop system. Note, starting in 2019, Buick will allow drivers to deactivate the system.
And yet, restarts are unobtrusive enough, I might just let the system do its thing. I know, it's a crazy world we're living in.
From the driver's post, the dash seems high, making this the rare vehicle where I prefer a raised seating position. Looking rearward, the mirror seems small, but it's actually perfectly sized for the back glass. Notice how the window cuts the rear sight line below head level. So if a trio of 4 GTs is tailgating you, you'll never know it.
Around corners, the steering is slow, light, and smooth. The Enclave is a driver's car in as much as it requires a driver. That's me!
For propulsion, all Buick Enclaves feature a 3.6-liter V6 matched to a 9-speed automatic transmission. Add the towing package, and the Enclave can drag up to 5,000 pounds. Front-wheel drive comes standard, but all-wheel drive traction is available for $2,000 with a minimal impact to fuel economy.
When cruising, these shifts are super smooth, though the 9-speed doesn't hesitate to kick down a gear or two when I feel the need. The need for acceleration. Does everybody know what torque steer is? It's that thing where in high horsepower front wheel drive cars, when you floor it, the steering wheel wants to go right or left. What's amazing is that the Enclave in front wheel drive version doesn't do that. Consider that license to floor it everywhere you go.
Choose a front-wheel drive, $41,000 base trim, and its generous equipment list includes tri-zone automatic climate control, 7 airbags, and keyless access with push-button start. Nab a top-tier all-wheel drive Avenir trim with heated and ventilated leather seats, wireless phone charging, and lane keep assist, and the MSRP lands around $58,000. As a premium product, natural Enclave competitors include the Volvo XC90 and Acura MDX, though each has a higher starting price. The consideration set could also include upscale iterations of the Ford Explorer, VW Atlas, and Toyota Highlander. Or, if you want to keep it in the GM family, you might investigate the Enclave's cheaper platform mate, the Chevrolet Traverse.
However you slice it, the Buick Enclave is a roomy, quiet, smooth-riding SUV. If you're ready to live that premium life, and I think you are, you could do a lot worse.